Hey foodies, and welcome to Cooking with Kiana. So today I'm going to be showing you guys a quick dinner recipe. We are going to be making creamy garlic chicken breast. However, if you're not a fan of chicken breast, you can always substitute this for chicken thighs or legs. This is a low carb recipe as well, so if you're on the keto diet, this is perfect for you. All right, so let's get started. So for this recipe, you will need one Maggi bouillon cube, 5 sprigs of thyme, and then in a bowl, I have some spices. I'm using complete seasoning, paprika, whole oregano, Lawrys seasoning salt, cayenne pepper, parsley, and rosemary. Make sure you check the description box for accurate measurement. Then I have 3 stalks of scallion, a half a cup of Parmesan, 1 tablespoon of garlic paste, and 2 cups of heavy cream. All right, so let's start cooking. So first I'm gonna start off by chopping up my green onions. And you just wanna make sure you chop that up finely. Once I'm done with that, I'm just gonna go ahead and set that aside. Now I'm gonna go ahead and chop up that medium onion. Obviously, I'm gonna make sure I chop that up finely as well. All right, once we're done with that, we're gonna set that aside and we can get started on these chicken breasts. So these are my spices. I'm just gonna go ahead and mix that together. Then I'm gonna go in and apply that to my chicken and make sure I season that in really well. I don't know about you guys, but I like my food well seasoned. If you don't like as much seasoning as me, you can cut back on the amounts. So now I'm just gonna go in with my tongs and just make sure that chicken is evenly seasoned throughout. Now, if you guys have gloves, use your hands. We all know that's how you really get in there with that seasoning. So now I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of Italian dressing just to let that really marinate in the chicken. Once I'm done mixing that together, we're gonna go ahead and set that aside so we can sear these chicken breasts. So in a large skillet, you wanna go ahead and turn that on medium to high heat, and then you just wanna go ahead and add the chicken breasts. Make sure you don't overcrowd your pan because when you do that, you won't get that nice, crispy, golden sear that we're looking for. You want to sear these for about 4 to 5 minutes on each side, but also keep in mind that cooking times do vary. All right, so now I'm just going to flip my chicken breast over and then we're going to repeat the same steps. So once they're done searing on both sides, this is what the chicken breast should look like. As you can see, it has a nice golden brown color to it and it has a little crisp to it as well. All right, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and remove the remainder of the chicken breast. Then I'm gonna add a little bit more olive oil to my pan and we're gonna add in the other batch of chicken breasts. So I'm just gonna sear these on both sides as well, repeating the same steps from before. After we have flipped them over on both sides and let those sear, we're gonna go ahead and remove that from our pan and they should look a little bit something like this. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add a generous amount of olive oil to my skillet. And then we're gonna add in those onions and a tablespoon of garlic paste. And at this point, you wanna make sure your stove is on medium to low heat. So now I'm gonna let that cook until it turns transparent. This should take you no more than 2 minutes. So now I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of flour. I'm just gonna use this to thicken up the sauce a little bit. And I'm just gonna keep stirring this until it is a smooth paste-like consistency and the flour doesn't look clumpy and white anymore. Okay, so now I'm gonna add 1 cup of water and I'm gonna go ahead and stir that in so it doesn't get clumpy. And then I'm gonna add 1 Maggi cube and we're gonna stir that in as well. And you wanna go ahead and keep stirring this until it turns into a thick gravy-like consistency, just like that. All right, so now we're gonna add in 2 cups of heavy cream. But the key to this is you wanna add this in gradually and keep stirring as you go. So after I've added the last little bit of heavy cream, you wanna make sure you give that a good stir. And as you can see, it's gonna start to thicken up and that consistency is gonna be very smooth. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add 5 sprigs of thyme and a half a cup of Parmesan cheese. That thyme is gonna really enhance the flavor in this dish. All right, so now that the sauce is done, we're gonna go ahead and add back in the chicken. And we're just gonna let that cook in the sauce for about 5 minutes on low heat. At this point, you wanna go ahead and baste it with some of that creamy garlic sauce. Now, if you wanted to, you could add some mushroom and spinach to this dish as well, but that's a whole nother recipe for a whole nother day. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add in the green onions that we chopped up previously. And guys, that's gonna take this dish to a whole nother level. It's gonna be a lot of amazing flavors going on in this dish. Okay, so now I'm gonna add some parsley, and I added about 1 teaspoon of that. All right, so now I'm just gonna let that simmer in that sauce for about 5 minutes, and we are all done. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. You guys should definitely give this recipe a try. It's just such a quick dinner option. It literally only took me about 30 minutes to make this. If you guys enjoyed this recipe and you want to try this at home, tag me on Instagram at _cookingwithkiana. Also, if you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. That helps me out a ton. Make sure you subscribe. I will be posting 2 videos a week, and I know you don't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.